Hi there, it's Mrs. Drake with the clarinet, and we are going to be doing lesson 24. And I hope you've already warmed up. Lesson 24 is the last assignment in this book, so I hope you've bought your new book. If you haven't yet, please figure it out and get your new book, because this lesson 24 is the last lesson in this book. Okay, so again, I hope you're already warmed up. Let's take a look at number one. Number one, I'm going to play both the high part of the divisi and the low part of the divisi. So decide for yourself, are you going to play the same thing as me, or are you going to play the opposite one for me? And they will sound fine together. It's written in octave, meaning if the high note is a C, the low note is a C also. Divisi isn't always like this. In this book it often is, but really realize that divisi isn't always in an octave like that. Okay, so I'm going to play the high part of the divisi. Decide, are you going to play with me or are you going to play the low part? Okay, everybody, warm up the beginning of song 1. Okay, everybody, song 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, and now I'm going to play the bottom of the divisi on song 1. So decide, are you going to play with me or are you going to play the opposite? The arrows are called accents. It means flick your tongue a little harder than you normally would to make it come out a little bit louder. More important is the fingers, get the rhythm right. But if you feel like you got those things right, try to do the accents. Okay, song 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Take a look at number 2. Andante, at the beginning it says Andante, moderately slow, kind of walking speed. But notice through this song there's those extra lines underneath each note. That's called legato markings. It means to play with a little or gentler tongue than you usually do, make it smoother. I feel that that is not necessary for elementary school. It's called legato. Everybody on song 2, don't worry about those legato markings. I know it makes it kind of confusing to look at the page. Try to ignore those legato markings. Just play it in the regular style. As you get more experience, then you can worry about playing with the smoother tongue legato. But on song 2, just try to look it over, figure out what note it is. The legato markings can make it kind of confusing. Okay, song number 2, everybody warm up the F. Okay, song number 2. Ready, get set, go. Okay, number 3. What's catching my eye about number 3 is the F sharp key signature. But as I look through the song, there's no F's anyways. But I got to tell you, when a melody ends on a G, and this song number 3 does end on a G, they often have the F sharp key signature. It's just one of the musical things with the key of G is F sharp. Remember to use B, middle finger B naturals. Feel free to write reminders like the second note of song 3 is a B. There is a couple slurs. I encourage you to try it. Maybe the first time through the song, don't do the slur. But then as you get more and you feel like your fingers are better, try to put in the slurs. Okay, song number 3. Maestoso means slow and proud. So song number 3. Everybody warm up the first note. Okay, song 3. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, song 4, again, divisi. I'm going to play the top part and the bottom part. So let's start with the top part. Everybody check the key signature. This key signature, 2 flats. That means B flats and E flats. B flats and E flats. So song number 4 starts with B flat, but if you look ahead, find measure 5. Measure 5 is E flat. And I don't know if we've ever played high E flat. High E flat is 3 fingers with your left hand with your thumb, 3 fingers with your right hand, so all your fingers, and then you take your pinky and you put it not on the red key, but on the one next to the red key. So that would be the red key, but I'm going for the one next to it on the top rack, this one. All right, so try this. Try a D, and then touch that pinky key, and it'll turn the D into an E flat. Listen to this. Try that D, E flat. Okay, so in song 4, measure 5, you got to remember that those are E flats. Okay, if you're playing the bottom, again, E flat. In measure 5, you got to remember to do E flat. A reminder of low E flat is like a D with the side key. I hope you remember that, E flat. That's low E flat. So feel free to write in your music, write reminders. B flats and E flats. Okay, song 4, I'm going to play the upper part. Decide, are you going to play with me or are you going to play the bottom part? Whichever one you want. Okay, everybody warm up the first note of song 4. This one is challenging. This one is very challenging, everybody. At first, you might want to just listen to me play it, and so you can get used to the speed, because there's a lot of rests. This one is challenging. Number 4 is pretty challenging. 1, 2, ready, go. Challenging. Okay, song 4, now I'm going to play the bottom note. Everybody warm up the first note. 1, 2, song 4, go. Challenging. Okay, song 5. This one's a good one. I think you're going to like song 5. No key signature. I do notice the F sharp accidental. In measure 3, there's an F sharp accidental. First finger, no thumb. And means that both of the Fs in measure 3 are both played as F sharp. Because remember, if there's one accidental, it carries to the end of the measure. So in measure 3, both of the Fs have to be played as F sharp. There's some slurs. Alrighty, so song number 5. Everybody warm up the beginning of song 5. Okay, song 5. 1, 2, ready, go. Alrighty, and then the last one is called Russian Dance, and I am only going to play the bottom of the divisi. I feel that the high part of the divisi is inappropriate for elementary school. The first note is high A. If you want to try it, go ahead, but realize I'm not expecting you to have the upper part of the divisi mastered. Just work on the bottom part of the divisi, try to get that mastered. There is a repeat of the first line. Everybody, I'm going to skip the repeat on this song, Russian Dance. I'm just going to play it straight through with no repeats. And again, I'm just playing the bottom of the divisi. Notice there's no key signature, so B is going to be middle finger, low B. There are a few slurs. Okay, so Russian Dance. Everybody warm up at the beginning. Okay, Russian Dance. 1, 2, ready, go. Want to remind you that the last one on every lesson, this one is Russian dance, has that recording that goes along with it. So when you have Russian dance mastered, I encourage you to find that recording and play it along with that recording. That's the last song of the book. Again, you need to buy the new book, and that was lesson 24.